Hey, I'm Maggie Hughes and I am a high school English teacher, and I have been asked to do a video about interactive notebooks and how to set them up and how to use them. And so I thought this would probably work better as like a mini series, because if I talk about everything I want to talk about, then this is going to be over an hour. So I thought it would be a little bit easier for me to break it up into sections and then have individual videos about individual things. So this is going to be kind of like the intro to the series, and I'm going to start by talking about what an interactive notebook is and a variation on that. So here, actually I have two of them here. Here are my two interactive notebooks for my two English classes that I have right now. If you have not heard what an interactive notebook is, then let me explain. Interactive notebook is a way for you to do notes in a more interactive way with your class. A lot of teachers do things like foldables, and they do things like cool interactive hands-on things. It's not just for plain old note writing and things like that. I have found that interactive notebooks work really good for my classes, especially for inclusion classes that have EC students or classes that are lower in general. I have friends in a lot of different subject areas. For instance, some of my friends teach math and they use interactive notebooks and they think they work really well for them too. So this is something you could use across the board in any kind of class to just help your kids get it a little bit easier. Let me just show you my notebook really fast. It's pretty blank so far because we haven't started a lot, but you can still kind of get the idea. So on the outside, I just have the class listed, and I have a piece of duct tape here to help us remember which class this notebook is for. On the inside, I just have a table of contents, so this helps kids learn about organization and how to keep their things more organized in general, which we know is something that they all struggle with. The next page is just a sheet that I typed up about the organization and rules of the notebook. When I say rules, I mean it very loosely, but things that I want them to follow and stuff like that. We do a list of Friday favorites, so every Friday we write down about 5 things that we love, and by the end we have a list of 100 things that each student loves, and we get to do something really cool with it at the end. This is an example of a quote-unquote foldable that we did as a class yesterday. So we were reviewing what a simile and a metaphor is, and so we took a definition or wrote definitions for it here. And then what I did was I typed up 18 similes and metaphors, so 9 similes and 9 metaphors. And the kids had to cut them out and then glue them where they went. So you can see, there's my similes. And then I have my metaphors on the back. So, for instance, this works out really good because if I have a class that writes really slow or really complains about taking notes and stuff, I've already typed up the notes portion, and so it was on a sheet like this. And all they had to do was cut them out and then sort them and then glue them. It makes it a lot more interesting, hands-on, and interactive than it would be if you were to just throw them the notes or have them write down all the similes and metaphors. So that's kind of some of the stuff we use our interactive notebook with so far. I do have my kids do some charting of their grades and things in the back here, so that one's for vocab quizzes. We've got some more for like EOC practice because it's an EOC class, for reading assessments. So I even have them have a little cheat sheet in the back. There's a pretty good reference guide to almost everything that we're going to cover in terms of like figurative language and stuff throughout the year. So that helps. I think these are a really cool thing. I'm going to talk in this series some more about different ways that you can use them and how to set them up and all those things. But today I wanted to go ahead and talk about a variation that you can do on the interactive notebook, and that is an interactive binder. So I'm going to tell you the difference between the two. In the interactive notebook, everything is glued in. We don't rip pages out. Everything's all in one place. This is good for, like I said, an inclusion, a regular class, a lower class. Everything's in one place. It's hard to mess this up, and it's just easier for classes like that to handle. This binder is something new I'm trying this year, and I'm doing it with my honors class. So my honors class can handle more organization, they can handle more responsibility and things like that. I give them a lot of handouts, so all I have to do is hole punch them and they can go in here. So let me show you. So this is just a plain 3-ring binder. And what we've done is we have 5 tabs, and we all have the same 5 tabs. So we have one called Do Nows, which is for their bell ringers or their warm-ups. We have one called Stems, which is for their Greek and Latin root words, like their vocab. One for reading, so everything that we read and talk about and stuff will go here. One for writing, everything that has to do with writing and stuff like that will go here. And then this last one that you can't really read says EOC practice, so they're going to put all those practices back there. Each one of these tabs has a table of contents behind it, and you'll notice it's the exact same table of contents that the interactive notebook has. We've still got a Friday favorites page, and in comparison, here's the exact same foldable that was in the notebook. So you can take the same things that you're doing and do it in binder form if you think that would be helpful. Let me tell you why my honors class is actually going to use the binder. I found I was giving a lot more handouts in my honors class, which it makes it easier to just hole punch them and put them in a binder. They also take a lot of notes on their own, so they need a place for those notes to go. And so I just thought a binder would work better for them. So either one of these could work. Think about how you run your classroom. Do you have them take a lot of notes? Do you have them do foldables and things? Is your class disorganized? Do they have trouble keeping up with things? Then maybe the notebook would be a better idea. Do you have a class that's super organized? Do you give out a lot of handouts or worksheets? Do you do a lot of paper copies of things? Then a binder might be a better option. I think both work really good. It's just about your preference. So that's kind of my intro on the interactive notebooks and an interactive binder. Hopefully you can take some of this and use it within your classroom. Like I said before, we're going to do a couple of videos on this series, so I'm going to do one about how to set up the notebook. I'm going to do one about making foldables and things for your notebook, and then I'm going to talk about probably some common problems that people have with it and maybe how to remedy them in some way. So hopefully this is helpful to you. Let me know if there's anything else about interactive notebooks or things that you would like to see or have discussed, and I will see you again soon.